Hey everyone, welcome back to the 5th episode of our Tempest Arms Breakdown series in State of Survival. Last time we took the deep dive into the best Tempest Arms for Logan, the new Berserk style rider from Generation 24, and that episode blew up. So thank you all for the love. But today we are switching gears, because the Resilience style heroes have been getting a lot of attention lately. And that's exactly why in this episode we will focus on Zahra, the mysterious and powerful Resilience hunter. Let's start with a quick reminder of Zahra's two active skills, because they directly influence which Tempest Arms works best for her. Her second skill, Chant of Decay, activates every 4 turns. Zahra chants a vicious spell that boosts her hex sigil damage by some percent for 2 turns. That's massive burst potential when you time it right. And her third skill, Incense Veil, also triggers every 4 turns. She lights her incense burner, applying 3 stacks of Exhaustion to all enemies. Each stack reduces the enemy's damage output by some percent and it's lasting 4 turns. So, when we look for the best Tempest Arms for Zahra, we are really looking for ones that take advantage of stacking mechanics and exhaustion debuffs. She shines when her gear amplifies both her sustained skill damage and her ability to weaken enemies over time. Ultra Tempest Arms, the top picks. Let's start at the top, Mark of Divinity Resilience. This one isn't just good, it's absolutely made for Zahra. Here's why. Each base attack grants 1 stack of Mark of Divinity, which increases the next skill damage by 8%, and that's stackable. When Zahra releases a skill, those stacks reset to 0. But it gets better. Every 3 base attacks, her skill damage permanently increases by 5% until the end of the battle. Now, here's the kicker. When this Tempest Arms is equipped on a Resilience style squad, each stack boosts skill damage by an extra 2%, and every 5 stacks applies Resilience exposure to 1 random enemy squad. Increases the damage they take from Resilience style heroes by 6%, and it stays active for the entire fight. Put simply, this weapon snowballs hard. The longer the fight goes on, the stronger Zahra becomes. That's perfect synergy with her exhaustion-based control playstyle. So if you can craft only one Ultra Tempest Arm for her, Mark of Divinity Resilience is hands down to the best of the best. In second place, we have Stamina Break Resilience. Every 4 turns it deals massive damage to all enemies and applies 2 stacks of Exhaustion for 2 turns. And when equipped on a Resilience hero, damage dealt to exhausted enemies is increases by 17%. Now that's exactly what Zahra loves, because her own Incense Veil already applies Exhaustion. So the weapon bonus damage against exhausted enemies directly multiplies her output. It's a bit more straightforward than Mark of Divinity, less stacking, more raw damage every few turns, but it's very solid, synergy friendly choice, especially if you are building around the exhaustion mechanic. And a quick note about Aura of Spikes from Generation G3. I know some of you might be tempted to try it because it's Resilience themed, but honestly I am skeptical. Compared to Mark of Fury for Berserk heroes, Aura of Spikes just doesn't deliver. The overall damage is noticeably lower, and even though it gains a 10% aura damage bonus when equipped on a Resilience hero, it's simply not enough to close the gap. So my advice, skip it. Focus your resources or Divinity or Stamina Break instead. Alright, not everyone got ultra great luck or the budget to chase in, so let's talk about 2 rare Tempest Arms that works great for Zahra. Rare Tempest Arms budget-friendly options. First up, Stamina Break, This version triggers every 4 turns, dealing massive damage to all enemies and applying 1 stack of Exhaustion for 2 turns. It's basically a toned down version of Stamina Break Resilience, but still plays beautifully with Zahra Exhaustion setup. If you are building on a budget or still gathering materials, this one is a no-brainer pick. And my personal favorite, Mark of Insight Resilience. I absolutely love this Tempest Arms, especially for free-to-play or low-spender players. Its base attack grants 1 stack of Mark of Insight, increases the next skill damage by few percent, and it's stackable. Every 4 base attacks, skill damage permanently rises by some percent until the end of the battle. And when equipped on a Resilience style squad, every 5 stacks add Resilience exposure to a random enemy, boosting the damage they take from the Resilience heroes by some percent. It's also stackable and it's lasting for the rest of the fight. Sounds familiar? Yeah, it's basically a mini Mark of Divinity, just slightly weaker but way more accessible. You can get it from the market trade for Tempest Arms or through Reforged Essence rolls, so drop rate isn't bad either. If you're like me, a player who prefers strategy and patience over spending, Mark of Insight Resilience is the best bet. Whew. So, to sum it all up, if you want the ultimate weapon for Zakra, Mark of Divinity Resilience is the top choice. For a strong, reliable synergy with her Exhaustion skill, Stamina Break Resilience is your runner-up. And for the budget or mid-tier setups, Stamina Break, Rare, and Mark of Insight Resilience both perform surprisingly well. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching, survivors. If this guide helped you understand Zahra's potential and how to maximize her Tempest Arm setup, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe and share this with your alliance. See you in the next episode, where we will break down even more Tempest Arms and uncover the hidden synergies behind your favorite heroes. Until then, stay strong, stay smart and keep surviving.